Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. Shalom, peace and blessings and barakut to you and your entire house. Shalom to Yehuda and to Ephraim. Shalom to the former stranger, the former foreigner, the former ger, who was once formerly estranged from the everlasting covenant, but now having received the Ruach of adoption, the Ruach HaKadosh, who is Yahusha HaMashiach, and whereby now being engrafted into the olive tree, and whereby now being privy to the same everlasting covenant, promise, and inheritance that was given to Yashar'al and to Yashar'al alone. Shalom and barakut to you. My name is Miriam. Shalom to you and your entire house. The Master has sent his servant by today to speak to his people and tell them that they need to be reborn. We must be reborn, not of flesh, not of blood, but of Ruach. We must be reborn in the very same manner that our forefather Adam was born, not of flesh, not of blood, but of Ruach. The very same manner that our master Yahusha was born, not of flesh, not of blood, but of Ruach. Many of you say that you have been reborn, that you have received the rebirth. And those who say that they have received the rebirth and you're still walking in sin, you are a liar. And the truth is not in you. Your rebirth, if it causes you to continue to transgress the Torah, your rebirth is not of Yahuwah. Many who say that they are Yahudim, they are of the synagogue of Hashatan. Many who proclaim the name of Yahuwah, you say you are Yahudim, but you are not. You are of the synagogue of Hashatan. And the Master has sent me by to tell you that you must be reborn in this life. In this life we must be reborn, because the Master, if you are not reborn, you will not enter into the kingdom. I would like to go to Yehukanan, John chapter 3, and we are going to read there a little bit in there, in Yehukanan chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 1. The Master said, and there was a man of the Pharisees, Nakdaman was his name, a ruler of the Yahudim. This one came to Yahusha by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know you are a teacher from Elohim, for no one is able to do these signs you do if Elohim is not with him. Yahusha answered and said to him, truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. Nakdaman said to him, how is a man able to be reborn when he is old? How is he able to be when he is old? Is he able to enter into his mother's womb a second time and be born? Yahusha answered, truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born of water and of Ruach, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of Ruach is Ruach. Do not marvel that I said to you, you have to be born from above. The Ruach breathes where it wishes, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes from and where it goes. So is everyone who is being born of Ruach. Nakdaman answered and said to him, how is it possible for this to take place? Yahusha answered and said to him, are you not a teacher of Yashar'al and do not know this? See, Nakdaman, he knew the ceremonial cleansing. He understood the ceremonial cleansing because he received the Torah of Masha. So he understood that when one was leprous or when one touched a dead body, there had to be a ceremonial cleansing. But he didn't understand this rebirth that the Master was speaking to him about. So the Master said to him, are you a teacher of Yashar'al and you do not know this? Truly, truly, I say to you, we speak what we know and witness what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. So here the Master is telling him you need to be reborn, and let's understand what the Master is speaking about. So in order for us to understand, we must go to the foundation in which the house was built, which is the Torah. And if you do not have a foundation and you do not understand the Torah, which is it's childlike instructions given to his children to teach us about deeper spiritual matters, we are not going to understand what our Mashiach, Yahusha, was speaking about. So in order for us to do this, let's turn to Deuteronomy chapter 3. I'm going to try to make this really quick. Well, not really quick, but quick, because, you know, we don't have a lot, not many of you can, don't have a large attention spans. I understand. So I will try to make this quick. So in Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2, the Master says, "No one of illegitimate birth does enter the assembly of Yahuwah. Even a 10th generation of his does not enter the assembly of Yahuwah." So he's saying no one of illegitimate birth, no bastard child, no mamzer, does enter the assembly, even to the 10th generation of his, and not enter the assembly of Yahuwah. So here Yahuwah gives the instruction that a bastard child, one born of a Hebrew father and a pagan mother, or a pagan father and a Hebrew mother, a bastard child, can never enter into the assembly of Yahuwah. Please understand something. Ephraim was dispersed in the year 722 BCE in accordance with Genesis 48:19, when Yaakov bestowed the firstborn blessing upon the head of Ephraim. They became all nations, tribe, tongue, and people as well, after they were sent away in the year 722 BCE. So now Ephraim, they have mixed with all nations. They mixed and mingled. They are bastards. They are considered bastard children. There's Caucasians, there's Russians, there's Chinese, there's Indian. They are all, they're considered Hebrew Yasharites. And also in the year 70 AD, also Yehuda was sent away packing, and they also mixed and mingled with the nations. So guess what? We're all bastards. We all mixed and mingled with the nations. So we all considered bastard children, and we must be reborn. We must be reborn, and being infused with the DNA of Yahuwah, whereby negating that bastard DNA that was in us once before, because we must remove that bastard DNA in order for us to be considered a part of the assembly of Yahuwah. Just remember that Abraham, he mixed with Hagar as well. So this goes all the way back to the beginning. We all mixed and mingled with the nations. So the Master, he wants us to be reborn, not of flesh and not of blood, but of Ruach. And you will know when you are reborn. You will be reborn out of with the fire immersion. The Master wants for him to circumcise our heart and let that fire immersion go deep down where we will be overflowing with living water. Just remember something, please. Yasharites, they are not determined. We are not determined by genealogy alone. There's many super bros, they boast in genealogy, and the Master wants you to understand something. We are not identified as a Yahudi or Yashar by the color of our skin. We are identified as a Yahudi or as Yashar by our rebirth. And when we produce the fruits of the Ruach, which is the fruits of love, manifesting within our bellies, where that fire is allowing us to have a love and a willingness to obey Torah, then we know that we have been reborn. You will know when you have been reborn with that fire immersion. So understand something, you super brews. We are not determined who we are by the color of our skin. I'm half African, and I do not boast in where I came from. I boast in the blood of Mashiach, and a true Yahudi understands this. We boast in the stake of Yahusha, and Yahusha alone, in his blood and through him. And he said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. Barak Yahuwah. So The Master wants us to understand that because we all mixed with and mingled with the nations, we have that bastard DNA in us, and in order to be when we are infused with his DNA, we negate that bastard DNA out of us. Barak Yahuwah, in Yahusha's name. The Master wants you to also understand that when the fire immersion comes upon us, there's gifts that are given, and this is a byproduct of the Ruach. Gifts are given to his people. Not all receive gifts, but this is a byproduct. The evidence of the Ruach is when you are manifesting good fruit, bountiful fruit, and you are being a good tree, a living Torah, a living menorah, and you are doing the true works of the Torah, looking like our Master, being taken out of his side the same way Adam was taken, or Kua was taken out of the side of Adam. He is the second Adam, Yahusha HaMashiach, and we too must be taken out of his side. And if we are truly reborn, we will be considered taken out of his side, being Nazarene, being Yahudim. And I pray that everyone from Yehuda to Ephraim, to the nations, to the stranger who desires to engraft into this olive tree, to walk holy in his righteousness, because we have no righteousness of our own. We have no righteousness of our own. He is our righteousness. Yahuwah Zadekanu, he is our righteousness, and he clothes us in his righteousness when we obey his righteous Torah. And we are not able to obey his righteous Torah in this flesh. So we must be reborn out of water, a rebirth with a fire immersion, giving us a love and a willingness to obey Torah, not just following the letter, but in Ruach and in truth, loving one another, being kind to one another, showing the true fruits of the Ruach. If you are still operating in sin, you have not been reborn. There's many of you that proclaim the name of Yahuwah, and you are not his. I pray that you come holy to him and come at his feet and teshuba, because the time is near. Barak Yahuwah. Yahuwah barak you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you. Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom. Thus you shall put my name on the children of Yashar'al, and I myself shall barak them. So be it, so be it, so be it. Shalom.